Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of tension, stress, or worries to feel they're melting away and leaving your body in that outward breath. Scan your body from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes for any clues of muscle tension. That might be tension in the jaw, if your lips or teeth are touching. Maybe it's tension in the arms if they're not fully relaxed. And as you breathe in a wonderful feeling of relaxation. Allow that relaxation to seek its way to those parts of your body where tension still exists, and feel that tension melting away. And as that tension melts away, feel it leave your body, giving you a sense of freedom, tranquility, and relaxation. I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine a place in nature, maybe a beach, maybe a forest, maybe a place by a lake. Whatever your mind conjures for you is exactly where you should be. And just imagine. Imagine the most comfortable, soft, relaxing bed that you could imagine, there for some reason in nature. Why would a bed be on a beach, a forest, or by a lake or river? We just imagine that it is. And imagine right next to that bed is an old-fashioned telephone. Perhaps the kind of telephone with an old handle, a cord. And if you can think of a bed and a telephone, just let me know by nodding your head. And imagine placing yourself on the bed, head on a pillow. Feel that you're sinking deeper, deeper down into that bed. As you breathe in deeper than you normally would. And as you exhale for longer. As very soon I will count down from 5 to 1. With each descending number, you will feel so relaxed that you could imagine drifting off into a dreamlike sleep there on that bed. 5, just feeling all of the muscles in your face, forehead, around your head, immediately release any tension. 9 becomes 4. In your imagination, allow any tension in your neck and your shoulders to dissolve, melt away, taking that relaxation all the way down your arms into your fingers. And then 3. Just imagine your internal organs all relaxing at exactly the same time. Your heart, your lungs, your stomach, all the way into your gut, start to relax. Eyelids getting heavier and heavier and heavier, drifting off to a place of tranquility. And then 2, just imagine your legs getting limp, loose and heavy, sinking deep down into that bed that's just in your imagination. And then 1, imagine feeling so sleepy that you drift off into a dreamlike sleep, there on that bed, in nature, in that safe, relaxing place. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine that in that dream, you are now standing by the same bed, seeing your body fast asleep there on the bed. Imagine giving yourself a shake and seeing that you are completely and deeply asleep. And then imagine that that old-fashioned telephone starts to ring, the kind of ring that perhaps you can remember from your childhood. Imagine answering the phone. And I want you to imagine that there is a voice at the other end of that telephone. A voice from someone that it would either be impossible to speak with or just undesirable to speak with. And yet, there they are, on the other end of that telephone. And to begin with, all you need to do is listen, to allow words to be said that up to this point haven't been said. The more you listen, the more you understand. You understand motives, intentions. You get to see a different perspective. Hear the words, and your gift of attention and listening can never be underestimated. Seek first to understand before you are understood. And when you feel like you've heard what you've needed to hear, let me know by nodding your head. And now it's time to share. Perhaps the consequence in terms of missed opportunities, raw emotions, frustrations, or even sadness. Share your experience. Allow this to be a cathartic release of perhaps suppressed or just historical emotions, that by sharing how you really felt, it seems like you're letting go of those very emotions. If you felt angry, let them know. If you felt sad, let them know. Let it all out. Tell them the impact it had on your life. And then allow yourself to speak how you would have preferred things to have been. If you needed to say something, to allow someone to feel that they really understand what is true, what is real, what is important to you, then say it. And when you've said whatever needs to be said, whatever needs to be said to leave the past behind, close an open loop, to finish unfinished business. And when you've done so, let me know by nodding your head. And just feel a sense of release and relief. That you can now move on, extracting perhaps insight or wisdom from the past without it needing to affect you in the future. And imagine yourself walking out in nature, holding a big sack. Maybe a velvet sack. And it's empty. And I want you to scan your body for all of the resentment you've been building up over the years. Resentment could be linked to those things you missed out on, your frustrations, things that happened the way they shouldn't have happened, and locate where that resentment is in your body and decide that now is the time to move it from your body into the sack. As you feel the sack getting bigger and heavier, feel the weight of that. The resentment no longer lies within you. It now exists within the sack. And when you can feel it there in the sack, let me know by nodding your head. And then scan your body for any emotion of regret. And there's two main regrets that people have. The first regret is doing the things they wish they didn't. And the second is not doing things they wish they did. Scan your body for all of those regrets, the weight of those emotions, and move them from you into the sack, adding to the weight of resentment. And when the weight of all of those regrets are now in the sack, let me know by nodding your head. And then finally, scan your body for any worries. Any worries at all. Worries about health, the future, anything at all. Scan your body for those worries and move them into the sack. Trusting that any worries that there's something you can do to prepare, you will do that preparation. But in particular, move the worries that there's nothing you can do to change anyway. Move them from you into the sack. And imagine holding a big, heavy sack filled with resentment, regrets, and worries. Venture out into nature and imagine finding a deep, deep hole. And when you're at the edge of that hole, let me know by nodding your head. And then imagine emptying the sack into the deep, deep hole, holding on to all of the wisdom, all of the insights, but all of the weight of that resentment, those regrets, and those worries are now falling into this infinitely deep hole, never to see the light of day again. When the sack is completely empty, it's time to leave, trusting that if any of these thoughts, emotions return, you will imagine this deep, deep hole and feel that that is where the thought is falling into. You're wiser now than you've ever been before. So feel how good it feels to feel that one chapter is ending and a new chapter is starting, and you are optimistic about this new chapter in your life. I want you to imagine seeing yourself over the next few days, spring in your step, more motivation, feeling a sense of equilibrium and balance. We need to get a sense that things are changing for the better. As you imagine a warm wave of understanding washing over you, knowing and trusting that you made the best decisions you could with the values and belief you held at the time. You may hold different values and beliefs now, but you always did things from a good place. You feel a growing sense of peace as you realize that just a few moments ago was the perfect time to let go of any resentment or regrets. And whenever you think about your past, particularly anything difficult, you'll see it through the lens of looking at yourself like you're someone else. A more objective perspective, meaning that you can extract wisdom while still holding on to and associating into those wonderful memories. You will see yourself as someone else for anything painful. I want you to get a sense that all of that worrying about what other people thought didn't make you any happier. So now, in this moment, feel free from the burden of worrying about what others think of you, giving yourself permission to prioritize your own happiness. So long as you know what is right and true is all that matters. And now return to that bed and that telephone and step into that sleeping version of you so you reconnect all separate parts now becoming one. And imagine it's time to drift back to the present, but leave all of the resentment and regrets and worries there falling in that infinite black hole, and return with a sense of gratitude, optimism, and a feeling of freedom and liberation from what other people think about you. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connect fully with the present moment. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken feeling lighter, healthier, and free. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, returning completely to the here and now. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.